I'm thinking today's going to be a more chill sort of stream. We're going to be doing probably just some pixel art. The alternative is we try to tackle some of the generate quads for our tile sets for our overworld. So we can either work on that code or we can work on the art that we're going to use for that code. So maybe we'll just get started with some art and see how we're coming along with that. So I've actually brought up some artwork from. Let's take a look at the Link's Awakening overworld here. Now, I believe we have it right here. Cool. So, maybe we'll just get rid of this preview. Let's just take a look at this. So it looks like we've got, a bunch of different oceans, bunch of different little animations. So we're doing 16 by 16 pixel art, just like this. Just trying to get an idea for the type of style you might want to go for. Look at how beautiful these bricks are. These bricks probably perfectly tile out with themselves, with one another to overlap. We got some dirt. We got some quicksand. That looks like some quicksand. Got some cave entrances. Got a water cave entrance. Got the different dungeon entrances. So these grass tiles are going to be really important, I think. And then we want something similar like this. We want like a plain grass and edge grass, this kind of decorative leafy grass. And then dirt. Look at their dirt here. So it looks like this. I'm curious to see what this dirt looks like tiled. So maybe we'll pull that up and see how that looks. And look at their dirt. So there's their dirt. Let's go ahead and open our dirt. I just moved my mouse to my left hand because there's not room on my desk for my right hand. There's our dirt that we made yesterday compared to Link's dirt. Looks pretty dirty. We had the same idea. Theirs is just a bit more dirty, I guess. Okay, let's see. I'm curious to see what their dirt looks like overlapped or layered. So let's go ahead and make us a new 16 by 16 reference. And we want to get it perfectly in place there. And then there's a way in Sprite to preview it tiled. Tiled mode. That's awesome. So that's what their dirt looks like tiled. Here's what our dirt looks like tiled. Okay, yeah. Not what I wanted. Okay. So, yeah, I kind of like the lighter base and then the sprinkle of the darker. So let's mimic something like this. And I don't get why we lose our preset every time. We lose our palettes every single time. We saved a palette here in our Documents A Sprite. palette. Okay, there's our palette. So let's try this again. And is there a view grid option here? Perfect. So let's go ahead and start from scratch here. So we want to start with the default of this lighter color. And then we want to sprinkle in this orangish color. They've got, oh, they start with the orangish base and then the white. So let's start with that. So we'll do something similar and we'll just do little dots like this. And then a little bit of dark every once in a while. See, theirs is way darker. See, so they have this orange that I don't really have. Which I should have in my palette. Let's go ahead and snag this color. Let's see what it is. It's CD 7320. We'll go ahead and snag that for our overworld palette. We'll just add it here. And then let's go ahead and make it that darker color. That's looking better. So they have a lot more white than we do. So maybe we just add a bit more white. So I think the big ones to get is going to be dirt, grass, and then pavement. And then once we have those, we can kind of really make a whole bunch of different things. We'll probably have to make our village, what do I want to say? Village houses and stuff. We'll want to make those separate, you know, not out of a tile sheet, but out of just art. It's like we don't want to get too. The more that you can see that it's repetitive, it loses like a little bit of magic. So anything that looks very unique will become apparent that we're just looping it. So this tiled feature is really handy to kind of look at those things that might be apparent as a loop. Told y'all this is going to be a chill stream day. Going to be really Chill. Okay. I'm kind of liking this. Let's save our new dirt as this. We'll export as dirt. We'll overwrite. Oh, we want to overwrite our dirt. It looks much better. Okay, it won't let us do that, but we'll just do it manually here. And we'll just replace it. Okay. So if we load our game now, we should show the new dirt. Nice. Now the chat box is, not that anyone's chatting, but chat box is kind of over it. Okay. That looks awesome. Yeah, I think it's pretty apparent that that's dirt, and there's not too many. Like there's two things to me that look like it's apparently a loop, and it's. I'll show you what it is in a sprite here. These three look like a loop, and then this one looks like a loop. So let's add white around it. And that's the same problem. Okay. Let's go ahead and export this bad boy. Okay. Okay. So we will trash this old one. And we will rename this one. And then we'll see how that looks. Nice. Okay. I'm liking it. I took off our matrix background because I thought maybe it would run a little bit smoother without it. And I'm also actually not running Sonic Pi right now. I just recorded an hour and a half of Sonic Pi, and we're playing it on VLC right now. So I'm hoping those two things might make it render a little faster when we play the game, but I really don't know. So okay, so we can either let's make some grass and see what grass looks like looped. I think it'll just be green. But we might get creative with it. I don't know. Let's go ahead and see our link sprite sheet here. So I'm curious to see, look how pretty that water shimmer is. Yeah, so we want We want some grass stuff like this. So there's going to be all grass, and then there's special kind of corner grass. And this can add a lot of variety when we're building stuff. And then that plus the color shifting time change will look really cool. Ooh, the rocks are nice. We should do some rocks. Yeah, and you know what? I'm curious to see how this sand loops. So let's see. M for marquee tool. Highlight this. Only 16 by 16 worth. We'll copy it. We'll do a new layer or new tab here. And then we will view with our tiled option. Look at how beautiful that looks. Wow. That looks awesome. And then if we show the grid, that's just one tile looking that pretty. That's just so smart. Show grid. Wow, that's beautiful. So the piece in the top left has to perfectly connect. Okay. Let's try to make our own version of this. Let's see if we can make our own version of this. We'll do a new 16 by 16, except we'll preview it in our tiled mode. And then we will attempt to make something as pretty as that. So let us show our grid. Okay, so this is control and apostrophe or tick. Apostrophe. Okay. So now we know how to turn grid on and off. We know we need our palette. I'm going to export our palette here as a new palette because we have this new orange color. So we will save palette as our sprite documents. We'll call it Kaboth palette 2. And actually, I'm going to save this palette as our default palette, so that we have it anytime we make a new project or new whatever. So let's go ahead and undo that, and then see if our default palette works. Nice, it's there. So we can go ahead and view this. Okay. So, show our grid here. And actually, we need to preview the tiled grid. Okay. So, let's go ahead. Oh, that's easier. I could just use the mouse scroll wheel. Okay, so we're going to do this sandy and this tan color. Sandy and brown, kind of. So if we default to sand, then how do we add brown where it looks nice and wavy? Bear with me here. Okay, so that needs to go way over. This needs to be very slight. And then we can kind of pick up where we left off here. It's really tough to make it line up. I'm drawing with my left hand, which is weird on the mouse because it's a right-handed mouse. You know, that looks like shit, but, you know, something like that. Let's try it again. So they kind of do a, they kind of have a sweep like this. And then that gives them the other side of down here. They know how to kind of swing it, which means that they have to continue it over here. They want it to look normal. And then they do a better job than that. Oh my God, okay. Wow, it is so tough. Okay. Holy shit, it looks like chocolate. Looks like it looks tasty. Doesn't look like sand though. Okay. You know, I kind of like that. I kind of like that. Before I did that, I liked that it was kind of wavy like that. So we can make it, we can kind of adjust which squares we don't like with the color here and add in more wave if we want. You know, I like that. I like that as a sort of beachy sand. It doesn't read as well as that does. Ah, they did so good. Yeah, ours kind of sucks. Why is theirs is this lighter color? Okay, I mean that reads as sand, right? I guess what we can do is we can make it a bit wavier like theirs is. Theirs kind of goes really swirly down. I like that. That looks good to me. Let's call that good for our wavy sand. Okay, so we've got dirt and then we've got, this will be sand. So our dirt is our other one, sand is our this one. So we've got that. Let's see what that looks like if we pull it in. So we've got to go to our main state, right? We've got to go to right here. We'll say sand is our drawable, and we save it as a drawable by assigning into it our love.graphics new image, and we give it the path, which is source pics sand.png. Now, if we go into our play state, why is our title screen state harpooned here? Okay, there's our play state. And let's, instead of drawing our dirt, let's just draw our sand. See what that looks like. Oh, look how cute. He's on a beach. Okay, cool. So what's really cool about this is, like, you know, we just did 16 pixels worth of art. And it is a whole screen worth of art. So, like, that's really cool. It's not so apparent that it's only 16 pixels for the whole background, but that's really cool. So I like that. Let's get our grass going on. Grass is literally just going to be green. Not that, not that. Man, the left-hand mouse is really throwing me off. Okay, file new, 16 by 16, and we get grass, and we paint it, and then we got grass. So let's just make sure it's not wildly different color grass than theirs. Yeah, it looks the same. So there's our grass, all done. Maybe we add. It's like, since it's only 16 pixels, any dot we make is like pretty apparent, and then by the time we loop it, it just doesn't really look like grass. So I think they really nailed it with, you give the edges some character here, you know? Give the edges that little loop of green outline and then dirt, whatever that tan is. So I think they really nailed that. So let's get our grass. Okay. Now we'll go, let's go into our main, and we will add a grass drawable as love.graphics dot new image, and then we give ourselves a source pics grass dot png, and then in our play state, no, in our player class, no, it is in our play state. In our play state, we don't draw sand, let's draw grass. Okay, we didn't save it in the right spot, so let's make sure we export it to the right spot. Grass. Pics. Oh, I did three S's there. My B. Okay. Let's go ahead and remove that, and we can actually do that within Neovim here, so we can go out here in our source pics, and we just capital D delete that bad boy, and then we're good to go. Now if we render it, we've got grass. Okay, so we've got dirt, we've got grass, we've got sand. Let's see if there's any other kind of full picture ones. it's already late. Okay. So we'll go. Let's go into sprite. Let's look at. Why do I always click it? Okay. Yeah, we need wiggly grass. I do want to do the ocean stuff eventually. We won't worry about it for a while. That mermaid's awesome. The flowers are really pretty. Oh, that's really pretty. Let's do some flowers. Oh, that would be cute to do the little flowers. If we can do grass with little animated flowers for today, then tomorrow we can worry about the tile mode rendering. I don't know what we want to call that. Ooh, grass. Grass is really important too. I'm gonna see what their grass looks like when it's looped, just so I can have an idea. So if I 16 by 16, and then get exactly that, we can make a new file. Okay, so let's go ahead and tile this so we can see what it looks like. Oh, that's awesome. God, how'd they do so good with that, man? They did so freaking good with that. Perfect tile. Perfect. How'd they do that? So there's 3 colors, green, light green, and then the tan. But it totally reads like grass, thick grass. So if we show our borders here, how did they make this look so damn good? So it's kind of like, they did a great job with this. Okay, if we just start from the bottom and then make sure we end where it would become the top. In theory, it's simple. They just made it look so damn good. And then they have it sort of like this one's going right, this one's going left, left, right, kind of overlapping. So kind of goes, it starts on the left, leaning left, ends on the right, leaning right. And then they kind of overlap perfect. And then the middle has a little bit of both. So let's give that a shot, see if we can figure out how to do something that cool, that readable as grass. Because what's crazy is if you take off the tile and you take off the tiling, you take off the grid, take off the tiling, then you zoom in, it doesn't necessarily look like grass overlaid one another. So it's really, they did such a good job with that. So let's try this tallGrass. We'll go here. We'll start with just this one until we need to see the tiles. And we'll get that dark grass going on. And then we need to draw lighter grass with the pen tool. Oh God, I can already tell how hard this is going to be. You know, something a little like that. Okay. And then they kind of, if these ones are going left, then these ones we want going right. I'm losing the shapes a bit here in the middle. Kind of just guessing. Doesn't so much look like what I was hoping for. Well, actually, it's not that bad, because if we do our little highlights here, and then we do this actually might not look half bad. We just need to make sure these lighter parts kind of lead into the highlights. Yeah. This isn't looking half bad, actually. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so now let's tile it and see how decent it or awful it looks. That looks like grass. That looks like grass. I mean, it's definitely not as good as theirs. But it's pretty readable as grass. I mean, look at... So if we look at theirs... God. Theirs tiled looks like this. Which is pretty damn clean. That looks awesome. But mine... Mine looks like grass. I mean, I don't like some of it. I don't like... mine like loses its shape. It doesn't know exactly what it's trying to be. These are thinner, darker parts. So what if we change all the darker parts? See, that doesn't look as good. We just need to shape... God, how did they do it? They shaped theirs tall and thin, where mine is not so tall. That looks not half bad, though. So we need to fix this area. So we need like... It's losing its shape a bit again. It's looking pretty good though. Just needs more thinner parts, I think. It's looking worse. See, that's looking better. The more lighter color, the better. But we need the shape. Wow, such a delicate game. You know, this is kind of cool as grass. Like, it's totally readable. Okay. It does and it doesn't look like grass. Like, it does, but when you look at the original, look how good theirs is, man. That's like clearly grass. Ugh. My I like mine because I made it, but it does not look as good as theirs. Oh, that's crazy. They did such a good job with theirs. See, they have more tall shapes. Like it goes more vertical more often. Ours kind of goes all over the place, more left and right. So let's redo this. I mean, let's try for the more vertical approach. Okay, yeah, let's try for the more vertical approach here for the darker parts, because their darker parts have lighter right underneath and then dark kind of right. There's no real pattern to it. It's just like fucking, they just did a killer goddamn job. You know what? I think I need to kind of vaguely shape out these angles here. Not looking so good, huh? There's just too thick of parts. Like it shouldn't be 3 pixels wide ever. And they're kind of getting to that point. It looks like kind of swirly grass, like Van Gogh-y grass. Doesn't look as good as my old one even. Wow, it's really tough. Maybe my new one did look decent. I can't tell what I don't like about it. It looks a little too swirly, I think. God, I'm like gonna pass out. I'm tired. Okay. It's just that the green below it doesn't have any relation to the shapes I'm drawing for the highlights. So I think if we fix that, it would look better. So if we kind of treat the highlights as solid below, then we can add in the darker right above it to kind of give it that tip. Yeah, that's looking better. There are some spots that still okay. Yeah, because we kind of got to shape the leaves a bit, make them look a little more intentional here. Otherwise, it just looks messy. Yeah, this is looking better. Kind of shaping the lumps a bit more. God, it's just so easy to make it look awful. That looks pretty grassy, right? Like, it doesn't look as apparently grassy as Link's Awakening, but it's not so bad. What don't I like about it? I can't pinpoint it. It's just missing. There's so little pixels that it's hard to say what's missing. It's not bad. It's pretty readable as grass. It's just that yeah, you know, it's not bad. There's just something I don't like about the texture of the noise there that I don't like. It's pretty damn close though. Maybe this needs to be broken up. It's looking pretty good. There's a couple spots that can kind of use a little help. I mean, if I saw that, I would say it's grass, you know, so that's good. Okay. Yeah, I'm liking it for the most part. Let's see. You know, I think I like this. Let's save this for now. Let's save it as tallGrass. And then let's see how it looks in the game. So we'll go to our main. We'll go to our drawables. We'll give ourselves a new drawable, tallGrass. And we'll set it equal to love.graphics.newImage. And we'll give it, give it source pics tallGrass.png. And then in our place state, we'll draw not grass, but we'll draw tallGrass. And see, tallGrass PNG does not exist. Did I do another spelling mistake? Oh, we didn't export it. We saved it. Delete. Okay. Let's export it this time. We'll say file, export as PNG, tallGrass .png. Export. And now we'll try this again. Wow. Oh. Okay, cool. You know, I mean, it's pretty readable. It's pretty readable as grass. It doesn't have as much shape as I would like it to. I think there's a couple of spots we can touch up, but overall it is pretty cool. Let's see if there's a couple of spots here we can touch up. Just give it a bit more shape. God, it's so hard. Wow, it's really tough. It's really, really tough. Because anytime you make a change to one color, it throws off the balance to the other, and that throws off the shape, general shape of it. So it is very tough. Yeah, it's like if you just look at the dark greens, they kind of go all over the place. Some go vertical, some go horizontal. So it's hard to make it look good. I think if we go take away some of the horizontal ones and replace them with more vertical ones, we might look a little better. So let's try to just paint in some more horizontalish or vertical ones. And then of course balance it out with this. God, it's so tough. Very tough. Okay. That's looking not half bad. Hey, that looks kind of good. We just have too many non-shapes connected here. So if we kind of shape this, that's not looking bad. Hey, that's pretty good. There's a little bit too much green here. You know, I'm kind of liking that. It is looking pretty good. It does look a little bit better when it's kind of smaller, so that's good. I'm liking it. This part is rubbing me the wrong way, but maybe we can fix that with extending this out. This part looks too swirly to me because it kind of comes down, so let's fix that. And we'll just add a darker kind of shape to it. It's amazing how difficult pixel art is, man. Okay. This has got more shape to it. It's still so much worse than Link's Awakening. They knocked it out of the park. Like, look at theirs. Just so clearly grass. It's fine. It's mine. I made it. I'll put my name on it. It's not great. It's grass. Yeah, let's export this as tallGrass. It won't let me do it. Yeah, it will. Okay, whatever. Okay, let's see. Okay, cool. Now, I think we should do our flowers. So... if we can get our little animated flowers on screen here, that would be really cute, wouldn't it? I think so. Let's try it. Okay, so we'll add a little flower. And it'll be dark green in the center. Maybe it'll be pink in the center with white petals. Yeah. Okay, and then maybe a darker kind of, oopsie, root to it almost. I don't like that. I like that. Okay. And then we'll give ourselves another one. And we'll give ourselves little leafies. Like this. Pixel art's hard, y'all. It doesn't look like a... That looks like a leaf. The other thing I did, I don't know what it looked like, but it didn't look like a leaf. You know? Something like that. Their leaf. looks like what? I want to do tiles too. There. Wow. I don't know how do they make theirs so detailed? I mean, it's like, so what's cool is they kind of, they have an up and a down and wow, okay. So if we give it the petals 2 pixels wide, then you can kind of shift them down and then shift them up, then shift them up and shift them down, and they're kind of animated. Wow. Let's see if we can get that. What color was theirs even? Just dark green, the same color as the inside there. That really looks bad. Mine looks so bad. God, they did such a good job with that shit. It is the same kind of... God, why does mine look so bad? I think that looks okay if I just shift this one down. Okay. I kind of like that. That will be flower neutral. And what's really interesting is in this one there is 4, and the flowers that are down kind of alternate the shadow. So like no shadow on the bottom, shadow on the bottom, shadow on the bottom, shadow on the bottom, no shadow, 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 no shadow, shadow. It probably looks good doing it like that. So I guess let's try to see how that looks. So it has a shadow on the tilty up and tilty down, and then it alternates having a shadow or not. So let's do that. So for right now, this one will be the no shadow. And let's add a frame here. So we can say, how do we add a frame? New frame. Okay, so here's our new frame. Now we need down. So if we get down has a shadow on both. So, and you know what? Before we do that new frame, we need to give ourselves 1 more pixel wide. That looks gross. let's do just the square like they did. God, but theirs isn't a freaking square like that. Why? What just happened? Dude, why are you doing this? Why does theirs not look like a square? It isn't a square. It's 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it isn't a square. Theirs are just bigger than ours. So let us try again. Okay. So we will give ourselves a 1, 1, 2, and 1, 2, 3. Okay. 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. Okay. So let's add our petals. Okay, let's add the shading on one of them. Okay, so there's our first flower. So let's add a frame. Now on this one, we want them to be shifted up. One is down, and the other is up. They both have shadow. So we'll give our second frame here like 1 pixel up on the marquee here. We can go here. Then okay, we'll add the shadow to the bottom of both. Okay, that looks good. And then we can duplicate this one. Let's duplicate this one. Oh no. Copy, paste. We shift it. Okay, so we'll just swap the shadows on this one. Okay, and then we will add a new layer, new frame. And that'll be the downward facing one. So we can go to the marquee tool here, shift it down. Cool. Then we'll swap the shadow to be on this bottom one, I believe. Okay, so up. One needs the shadow, so we'll take it off the bottom one here. Actually, they both have the shadow on this one. It's that here. Okay, so the top gets the shadow on this one. Okay, yeah. And then they both get a shadow on this one. Okay, now let's watch it. They look a little too happy. Yeah, it looks a little too happy. Yeah, that one. I don't know, that just doesn't look right. Yeah, they kind of move diagonally. Let's try to mimic that. Yeah, they're just one too short. It's just not quite there. I mean, they look... It's because the 1 pixel bit right there is just too much. They just did such a good job with the art. They did such a good job with the art. If you deviate 1 pixel, it doesn't work as good. That's how good they did. See, it just doesn't look nearly as good as theirs does. You know, I'm getting real tired. I'm gonna call it a night, I think. I want to save this as a work in progress. We'll call this flower animation. We won't save it in here. We'll save it in documents a sprite. Because I'm not quite happy with that just yet. and we'll call it a night. We've got our grass. We've got our nice tall grass at least. And we've got our sand. And those are looking pretty good. So next episode, we're going to be doing hopefully our I don't know what to call it. Generate quads, tile set. So that we can say, hey, draw sand on this row, draw grass on this row, draw brick on this row, and kind of get us all set up there. So one thing I did want to do is give a shout out. I mean, no one's watching, but give a shout out to Sam Dalton over at Saltamanga, because he made this killer freaking artwork here, and I will mute this stuff so that we can get it in its full glory. So look how good that is. He made this for the channel, so big shout out to Saltamanga. He's a fantastic artist, a wonderful dude, so go give him a follow on Twitch. Go, like his Instagram, because he's the real deal. He made this custom art for the channel. So we've got no more Matrix in the background. We got some badass custom Japanese Sekiro inspired hand-painted style artwork that I am just in love with. So thanks, Saltamanga. And that will be our background for the foreseeable future, I'm sure. It's just so sick. Well, thanks for watching. I post on YouTube as well, so if you miss live, you can always go watch on youtube.com/findingfocus. Post all my backlogs there, so I think I'm at like episode 311 or something, but I'll call it a night, and I hope you guys have a good night, and I'll catch you tomorrow.